Hi, this is Natalie Rydstrom from SportsBookReview.com. Now, Newcastle and Tottenham go head-to-head on Sunday. Newcastle come from a string of losses. So is this going to be a clear win for the visitors? Well, Lee Phelps, William Hill's in-play radio host, joins us now. He's going to preview the match and at the end give us his top tips. Lee, thanks for being here.
Pleasure.
Now, Newcastle really aren't doing so well. They do have the home advantage, but will that be enough?
It's a tough game, this one. I mean, you would think, given the prices, that you should be all over Tottenham, but I think both teams have kind of almost shut up shop. It's like, the season's almost over. I think maybe home advantage does count for something here, but there's a planned boycott of the stadium by some fans on Sunday, so maybe it won't. You know, maybe the Newcastle atmosphere will be maybe a little bit dampened for once, because usually that is the big thing there. It's a great atmosphere. Everyone loves watching football there, and players love playing there, even opposition players. So maybe a little bit, maybe a bit of a damp squib this game. I'm kind of torn between whether Newcastle can regain some form or Tottenham can, because Tottenham suddenly stopped scoring goals. They look poor. Obviously they lost. They lost the week before last to Aston Villa at home, and Aston Villa haven't been great at all, have they? So it's a bit of a worry. They've just stopped scoring goals, as Harry Kane has as well. It's 202 minutes since Spurs scored on the road, so they need to change that, and Newcastle need to find some form from somewhere, because they're still not safe from relegation. They've got 35 points, and they need another win or another 3 draws from somewhere, Newcastle.
Yeah. Well, last meeting ended 4-0 to Spurs White Hart Lane there. They are priced for the win, 2.3 there. Would you say that's kind of like the obvious bet for the match? Or on this sort of waters, is it maybe best to even skip the winners market?
Well, I am going to play the outright market. I think they'll kind of cancel each other out, and I wouldn't be surprised if it's under 2.5 goals either. Neither team scoring many goals. Pape Cisse is still out for Newcastle. He had the ban for spitting, so he's still out. Newcastle are starting to get a few defenders back, but they haven't got much attacking threat. And while Harry Kane isn't scoring, then Tottenham haven't really got too many other answers. So I'm going to play the winners market and go for the draw here.
Okay, interesting. Yeah, because on talking about the goals there for the under and over show we just did, I went for the over as well, just because I actually can't see Newcastle scoring. If you look at the both teams to score market, though, both teams to score yes is 1.7. Quite a difference there compared to the no, which is 2.1. How would you play the both teams to score market?
Very tricky. I think it'll either be a 1-1 draw or a 0-0 draw.
Right.
So I'm stuck. I mean, I probably would leave the both teams to score alone, and I would play the under 2.5 personally.
Yeah.
Maybe even tempted to play the under 1.5. I wouldn't be surprised if this is a 0-0 draw, at all.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, the under, just as a single bet there, 1.95, which is pretty good considering if that bet comes in, you'll be doubling your money. But what would you say is the top tip for betting the match?
Yeah. Well, I like the draw, and if anyone wants the draw, then great. Go and play that, no problem. Around 3.5. But as always, I'm going to be a little bit greedy here. I'm going to put my 2 thoughts together, the draw and the under 2.5, and that comes out at quite nice odds of 4.33, so 100 to 30. I think that's a nice little bet there. I think low on the goals, a draw, everyone will be happy.
All right, wonderful. Lee Phelps, thank you for joining us today.